Good day to all of the good people out there. Strange angle today, I know. We had some screen issues trying to get this to work. I don't know what's going on, but here I am. I hope you had a great weekend, and welcome to another week in the markets. I thought I'd go through and have a look at what's happening at the moment because we got a little bit of up and a little bit of down. It's a little bit... So I thought I'd walk you through some possible outcomes that I think are valuable and important to understand. Second to that, today is Monday. Our Black Friday sale has started. So if you want to take advantage of up to 45% off the courses, the Become a Master course and various other products, please visit the link that is in the comments just there, that top one that says from Craig Cobb. That there is your ticket to big savings. So go get yourself stuck in. Tell your friends and family. It will be wonderful to have more of you and your friends on board. Okay, so what I want to do is go through our top 10 list and sort of have a bit of a scratch around and see where we're at. And we're going to focus more or less on the higher time frames right now, as it is a weekly pullback at this stage in my eyes. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to put in the monthly. Quick look at the monthly. You can see obviously this month we are down nearly 6% after hitting an all-time high. I'll go back to that weekly. Good afternoon, Alexis and Ray and everyone out there. I've been talking about 54,000 for quite a while now, which is now down around here. 54 or even, look, 55 would suffice, you know, nearly got there. In all honesty, we have seen a deep enough pullback. It wouldn't surprise me to see the market start to move from here, and I'll tell you what I will be looking out for if it is to do that. But right now, look, there is plenty of space for it to fall a bit further. Do I think this is a negative thing? No. Markets have pullbacks. That's just the reality of the game, you know, and that's where we trade from. You know, that's really, really important. Something else to consider is look way back here. We'd had a big run up. Let's have a look at this from back in 2020, I think it was. We moved quite a bit, 176%. Then from that rough region, another 41%. Then we saw that pullback here. And this is the one I keep reverting back to because that pullback right there was the best. It was killer. You know, not only was it a candle I bought plenty on the red one, but there was a cradle right there. And of course, the rest is history. From that point, roughly, to the high, 5.5x. If we can do 5.5x here, we're looking somewhere in the vicinity of bloody $250,000 plus, $280,000. And I am not suggesting that that is likely to happen. It could happen. Anything could happen. But what I am looking at here is I'm looking at this being the first. So we had a pullback here, like we did here. Look, we went up, pulled back. Actually, let me just make this a bit easier. We went up, had a pullback, second push up, pull back, and then that second pullback was when we went bananas. Now, we've pushed up, we've pulled back, pushed up, second pullback right here. Let's also see the distance that the fall was. Let's see what the actual depth of the pullback was. Big one. Yeah, decent sized pullback right there. But this is, I mean, look, history doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't mean it's going to repeat. It just does not mean that. However, what I've got is I've got a bit of history. We got similar time frames, and we've also got ourselves a very, very strong weekly trend. So when you say the pullback is likely to be at 54, is it based on history? Well, yes, but a lot more history than that. The history that I'm talking about is I've been trading for 17 years, and pullbacks tend to occur into the cradle zones, and it also coincides with, where am I? The 50% or thereabouts. Look, yeah, just a bee's dick higher. So that 54,000 is a combination of the trend's really good, a 50% Fibonacci point, being in that cradle zone, and just the way that markets tend to act. Now, if we don't pull back that far, that's fine. If we pull back a lot further, that's when I start to go, okay, maybe I need to revise what I'm seeing here. But for the time being, we're looking, we've come pretty close. We could see a move out of here, and it's as simple as that. Now, let's go in and look at some of the scenarios that I'll be waiting for. As you can see here, lower high to lower low. Then we pop up, ba-boom. Then we've sold back off, ba-doo. What I like to see and what sort of confirmation really helps me is a really strong higher low and higher high. All right. Now, when I say really strong, you know, let me think. I can't get the words out. We currently have enough for this to be a higher low. You know, if we were to close like this, tomorrow opens up, we move from there, then this could be, you know, classified as a higher low because there are two candles that are pulling back. Much more clear on the 12-hour, however, when you can see there's a few more candles there. If I can try and find an example, there's not really been very many good ones. I personally, I like to see it occur over a larger period of time. You know, if we were to see down, then we see a much sort of more built out higher low coming in and a higher high. But with that being said, it doesn't really matter what it does. When it does it, it's just a matter that it does do it in the sense that we do get that higher low and higher high. So you can see here, the key level right now for Bitcoin is, first of all, you know, if it were to close something like this or just anywhere above this low here, which is 55,621, that could be established as a higher low. Then the next thing for it to do would be to move up and break through this high, which is 60,069. Those are the important levels. Okay, we come down, we come back up and break through there, and what we're going to see, again, clearer on the 12, is we will see a higher low and then a higher high. In that scenario, what then happens is we have a daily uptrend. The weekly will go to green, and we'll start to have a few more things ticking over, a few more ticks in the boxes, so to speak, and we start to have more of a confluence of events as opposed to just a couple of things occurring in one area. Now, I am still very much believing that this market will have more upside for the time being. However, I also have to be open to the prospect that we might actually see more downside. Now, what does this do for me as a trader? It makes me cautious. And the reason it makes me cautious is because there's not a great deal of cyclicity. There's not a great deal of anything out there. The only thing that we do have at the moment is a lower high, a lower low, but our weekly trend does not back up our daily, doesn't need to, but also the daily is in the middle of a move. So I don't like to be trading around here unless we've got a very established trend on the daily, that is. You know, that wasn't a trade there either. If I go lower here to our 4, you'll see what we've been dealing with. We've been, aside from this run through here, look at how Raggedy Ann that's been up and down and up and down and up and down. We've really been lacking cyclicity, and it's been no different recently. If you look over here, there was, and I was talking about the potential for a cradle in and around that 58 zone, 58,187, where that horizontal line is that I've drawn in. Didn't get it. Now it's gone. It pulled up further, which wasn't my interest. It went down, then went back up. It's look at it. It's a mess. This is not, go away, fly. This is not a market I have too much confidence in right now. And when I say confidence, I'm not talking about confidence meaning higher or meaning lower. I'm just talking about confidence in the direction of the market. And for me, as a trend trader, I want to have confirmation. I want to have clarity. And right now, there's simply just not enough good trends here on Bitcoin. And that is why I'm focusing my attention pointedly at the weekly, because that's a great trend, and also then at the daily to see if we can get that higher low. If we can get that higher low, I'll be re-engaging, looking for long trades. It doesn't mean I won't look for longs now. It doesn't mean I won't take a long if it shows up now. It doesn't mean I won't take shorts in other markets now. It means right now, with Bitcoin being our major, our biggest market cap, I am not overly confident in its direction. Short term, long term, that weekly trend looks great. So therefore, I need to be patient and wait. On to Ethereum here. Very similar. Had a really good bounce on Friday, was it? The 19th, 3 days ago. That would be, Saturday maybe. 7.4% followed by 2.74. This is looking really nice if we can pull back, same as Bitcoin. And we'll probably see across much of the trending market that we will have the opportunity for a higher low than higher high. If we can get up from here through that 44.39, let's call it, we're going to look pretty sweet. I did talk last week about 4,000 being the first port of call, the first point of, the first test point really for Ethereum, given that 4,000 is a round number, and it's also back into those old highs. It's held. It moved just below. It held so far. And as we see here on the daily, that could be a really nice higher low coming out, carrying us back out into what could end up being a very, very strong run for Ethereum. Now, as far as a 3-day goes, we've got a bullish candle. It's too big. It is of no interest, and that is that. So nothing there. I'm not looking for shorts here. Again, it's a mess. XRP. Well, consistently, it has been yuck. XRP looking like it's going to toy with $1 again shortly. Once again, I mean, look, this one's not as clear. And when I say to you guys, you know, we'll probably see the same across many of the trending markets. Look at Bitcoin, beautiful trend. Look at Ethereum, beautiful trend. This is the weekly time frame, mind you. Look at XRP. About. So if you ever want to sort of ask yourself, is this market trending? Here's a great example. Weekly, Bitcoin, higher low, higher high, in the cradle, good. Ethereum, higher high, higher low. Bitcoin, Ethereum in the cradle zone. XRP, pretty messy. That's what I talk about when I suggest the word cyclicity and good market trending flow. It's a messy market right here. I've got no interest to short this. I've got no interest to get long this. I'm going to get rid of that level because it's very insignificant. There is nothing of interest whatsoever on XRP. Yeah, we've got a day up. Sorry, what am I looking at? We've got a 1 hour trend here. But again, there's not enough backing that up for me to be trading it. On to DOT. Let's have a look at this on the weekly. Another one here. Okay, Jake. Pulling back in. Very much the same as Ethereum and Bitcoin in that respect. It's coming into a beautiful area. As a matter of fact, let's just do the fib from here to here. Yeah, we've come into the right spot. I just want to see some weekly bullish candles. And look, I spoke with Lou and Reese last week on the Friday when they were around here. And, you know, I was saying, look, I don't mind if we have to wait a little bit longer. You know, if the market's going to be a bit of a, hey, how you doing? Bing, 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 and take its time down through these regions, I'm not too concerned because what I'm really focusing right now is getting positioned for what I believe could be a very good opportunity for further upside. That is not given on anything other than the trend and its cyclicity and the power of the market at the moment. If I have to wait for this candle to close down here and then wait for next week's candle to close small and bullish, that's going to be a 2-week wait. I am happy for a 2-week wait if I'm going to get a fantastic array of wonderful weekly charts that I can actually trade. So a little weekly candle. I love a swing trade. And that means I can let it go if that were to happen. I'll still manage my risk. Mark my words, I will manage my risk. But it just gives me a lot more opportunity, and that's why I'm focusing a lot more on the weekly, because right now, it's the only trend that's really worthy. Again, if we move lower and get the higher low, we can have opportunity later, but we've got to get that higher low and higher high on DOT. Doge, look, the less said about Doge, to be honest, is the better. It's a really messy looking chart. There is bugger all really going on. There is a little bit of cyclicity there. I mean, sorry, there is a downtrend, but there's not much else to really work with. One of the things that does make me nervous about trading Dogecoin as well is just its spiky nature. It really has been, and I've spoken about it plenty of times. Look at this. It spikes in all sorts of directions. Well, there's only two, right? Spikes in both directions, and it is not a market at the moment, for me, that really captures my attention or enthusiasm for that matter. Let's go back to the weekly on Binance. You can see here the level I've been talking about last week was 500. We didn't quite get there. We got down to 517. Back into that cradle. We'll see how we go. That weekly, again, look at the cyclicity there. Look at this beautiful trend on that weekly. Look at the daily. Big bounce, but doof. Big bounce. Now the potential for a higher low. And look at how similar it is to Ethereum, right? Pretty similar. 2 big bounce days on Ethereum, 2 big bounce days on Binance, both having wee little pullbacks there. I just hope that we do get the opportunity to either buy it at 500 because it falls further, or better yet, we get that higher low, and then we can start to carry some actual trades through into the back end of the year, which is really my objective. I don't need to have a lot of trades to do really well. I just need some really good ones, and patience is your best friend during these periods. G'day, cookie. All right, so we're on a Cardano now at 179, just under the 180 mark. Again, last week selling off quite a bit, just about, let's call it 10%. It's been pretty damn messy too on Cardano. Little bop, 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 couple of days, potential for a higher low. But that weekly trend is not quite as impressive anymore because we come outside of that zone and we're looking to cross. It'll take a couple of weeks for that to happen if we keep moving lower. But it's not overly anticipated. It's like it's not where, you know, my tail's not wagging. Put it that way. I'm not chasing hard on Cardano. It's a shame we don't have a better trend here because it is consistently in decline. Again, I've said it to my members. I'll say it to you guys as well. It's really important to remain patient at the moment whilst the markets are not giving us the greatest opportunities. Now, Solana had a bit of a bopper as well. Look, up we go, 10.5, boom, 1, badum, 6, and then down a few percent. Ooh, look at the weekly. Another big rejection. Let's see where we came from and where we went to. So we went below 200, which was the level I was talking about. Recovered 23% to close the week. Since then, down 3.2%. We look at this daily again. Unfortunately, it's quite messy. The 3 day is going to be a big candle right there. There it is. The trend's still more or less in favor on the higher time frames. I really do want to see a higher low come in. I want to see some opportunity. Let's look at that 4. What I'm trying to do here is see, would I take anything in here? Thanks, Naz. The link at the top, by the way, anyone who would like to save some massive amounts on our Black Friday sale, you can also just go to the website, tradercobb.com, but jump on there, you get 45% off our market. Become a master course. I do feel like I'm twisting my own arm here a little bit. However, I've been very risk averse of late, and I feel as though maybe I don't feel like I'm overdoing the whole let's be cautious thing personally. Like when I say personally, I mean for myself. Because, you know, if the rest of the market is to set that higher low, then if Solana's already got itself in a decent trend that's tradable, perhaps that can be an early entry when the rest of the market pops. It's all about timing, and you never really know about the future. It's about trading your plan and planning your trade. So, excuse me. There's a higher low, higher high. Moving averages are in the correct order. Convergence there on the 4. Jump to the 2. We got not a perfect double fib in there, but a little bullish candle. Look, for me right now, because of all those sound effects, I think I can just leave that. It's not quite what I'm after. I want to see something a little bit more. Oh, but then I look at that. Oh, I'll chuck it in and I'll keep an eye on it for later on. Maybe there'll be something there. Bottom line is that trend still is in favor on this weekly. You can see it's pulled back. Look how strong it's been. It's pulled back and it's shown strength once again. So I'll keep an eye on that throughout the session. And by far and away, the most spectacular is AVAX. Moving lower, not AVAX, only 34.8% last week and already 5.7% today. This is what you call bucking the trend. This is what you call a nice chart. And this is what you call bummer. Because if that candle was small, it was tradable. Let's go to the 8. Beautiful. Look at the cyclicity. Look at the trend. I want to pull back in there. I'm going to have to wait longer. What about the 15? Tell you what, we get better cyclicity here. We're looking at boosters, we're looking at cradles, no breakouts at this stage, but it is by far and away the best performer out of our top 10 for the time being and looking quite strong indeed. UNIPERP. Probably not even in the top 10 anymore. I'll have to reshuffle this, but a very messy, a very messy looking chart and certainly not one that I am interested in. However, let's look at the 4. Midway, once again, there you go. So essentially what we're looking at is I want to see the market, essentially, I keep saying essentially, I want to see, stop it, the market give us that higher low, then that higher high, 233 formula custom made with an F450 on the way. Whew. After that, we need to see that strength of trend. The weekly charts, for the most part, the ones that are trending, have retested their cradle zones. They have re-entered an area of fair value or equilibrium based on the way that I use these moving averages. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to see. I'm going to be ready, and I hope you are too. Don't forget, our Black Friday sale has kicked off early. Whether you're a client and you're looking to get your community annual membership at a better price, your live trading floor membership at a better price, or you just want to get onto our Become a Master course, then now is your chance to do that with a 45% discount. The link is there underneath here. Also, please do jump in and join up to your Bybit account. If you haven't funded that account, you'll need to. The session is tonight. Part 2 of our cradle trading strategy will be brought to you by Lou, one of my apprentices. And all you need to do is open up your Bybit account and fund it. And there's a link below there for you as well. Have yourself a bloody ripper of a day. And I'll keep you informed as to what's going on this week. Thank you very much for your time. And yeah, speak to you very soon. Bye for now.